When it comes to the Golden State Warriors, they always set their eyes on the next best thing. We already saw the damage they did with Kevin Durant on the team. But this time, it gets even better. More specifically, they may have their eyes set on arguably the best player today in Giannis Antetokounmpo. But let's be real here, guys. Every team in the league is going to make a run for Giannis. The Golden State Warriors are no exception. Ever since entering the NBA, Giannis has grown leaps and bounds and got way better each year. Essentially, he has taken the league by storm with his godlike athleticism. His dominance has been virtually unstoppable in the open court. Once a Greek freak is going straight to the paint, you're already dead. You can't stop Giannis. If you have a chance to bring that kind of talent to your team, you would do whatever it takes to make that happen. Nowadays, it's not rare for teams to trade all-star players before they become free agents if they feel like that player will leave so that they will get something instead of nothing. Antetokounmpo will be eligible for an extension this summer, and if he doesn't agree to it, the Bucks can consider maximizing his value like the Pelicans did with Anthony Davis last summer. But Giannis isn't like Anthony Davis. He's more closer to the mold of a LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard type of player who has both the star power and marketability that any city would want to have. Now, I'll be honest with you, it would take a lot for Giannis to leave the Bucks. A lot of things would have to go wrong for Milwaukee before Giannis even considers leaving. But with the NBA, anything can happen. One of the scenarios that can happen, no matter how absurd it sounds now, is that Giannis might ask for a trade or at least giving Milwaukee the indication he could leave in 2021. Given that the Bucks are on their way to a second straight 60-win season or even 70 wins and have a path to the NBA Finals, it could take something drastic for Antetokounmpo to reach that point. For the Warriors, they are banking on the Bucks failing to reach their goals, which would somehow make it hard for them to re-sign Giannis. Looking at the lineup of the Dubs, Curry and Thompson are both projected to return fully healthy next season. The team also has Draymond Green and the newly acquired Andrew Wiggins. That's why in this video, I'll be sharing with you guys the 3 things that need to happen if the Warriors have a shot at getting Giannis Antetokounmpo. Before anything else, what's up guys, it's Nico here. If you guys love seeing more videos like this, it would be great if you could like this video since it really helps in delivering more consistent content for all of you. If you want to see those hot takes or new content, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the post notifications bell so that you would be the first one to know when I post a new video. Anyway, let's move on to the topic at hand. The first thing that needs to happen is that Giannis makes himself available in free agency. By far, the team's best chance is to wait for the Greek Freak's free agency period in the summer of 2021. According to the reports right now, there have been no real indications that Giannis is interested in leaving the Milwaukee Bucks. That's to be expected since they currently have the league's best record at 50-8 and are killing every team they face. In fact, he has been vocal about his commitment to remain with the franchise who drafted him. To their credit, the Bucks have also done a good job of building a perennial contender around their star. If Warriors fans are hoping to have a chance at Giannis, they should be rooting for a falling out between the star and his current team. If we could take a look at the salary cap in 2021, it is projected to be $125 million with a luxury tax at $151 million. Looking at the salaries of the main core of the Dubs, at that point, Curry will be making just under $45.8 million, Thompson $38 million, and Green $24 million. Giannis will be eligible for a starting salary of $37.5 million on current cap projections. That will be a total of just over $145 million for all 4 players. That salary doesn't include Wiggins yet, which means someone's gotta go out of that 4. The first obvious candidate is Andrew Wiggins and his $31 million salary. The next guy to go, as much as it hurts to see him leave, is Draymond Green. He'll be entering his age 31 season by then, and the Warriors may decide to try to cash in before any serious decline kicks in. Just like with Wiggins, they would have to trade him without accepting any salary back, which means they'll be on the losing end of whatever trade they make. To make it all more complicated, Green has a 15% trade kicker in his contract extension, which will increase the amount he gets paid by his new team, and therefore, the cap space needed to absorb him. After trading Draymond and Wiggins, that will leave them with Giannis, Curry, and Thompson, and maybe their top 5 pick in this upcoming draft and minimum contract guys. Let's not forget the fact that by the time Giannis becomes a free agent, Stephen Curry will be 33 years old, while Thompson and Green will be 31. I feel like Steph and Klay would age well since they make their living on the perimeter, but I can't say the same for Draymond. If Giannis signs with Golden State, he will only get a couple of years of late prime Curry to play alongside with. But knowing the front office of Golden State, what they would possibly pitch to him is that he would be the one leading them into a new era. surrounded by the greatest shooters to ever play the game. The only thing that makes the situation different from the Kevin Durant era is that Giannis won't be joining prime Steph, Klay, and Draymond. Curry will still be the leader of the squad, but Giannis might soon be the face of the Warriors since he'll have to spearhead the offense. Nevertheless, if he accepts all of that and decides he wants to leave the Bucks, the Warriors and a lot of contenders will be gunning for his services. The second thing that can happen is that the Bucks would allow teams to sign and trade for Giannis. If I were Golden State, I would probably prefer the sign and trade route if it were on the table. They could try negotiating with the Bucks to acquire Giannis with the combined pieces they already have on the team, starting off with Andrew Wiggins, Draymond Green, and Milwaukee natives Kevon Looney and Jordan Poole add up to required salary, and would give the Bucks some young pieces start to rebuild. Plus, other draft picks that the Warriors have in order to make this deal a reality. It's not that bad of a deal if you think about it. In fact, according to a report from Eric Pincus of Bleacher Report, there's speculation around the NBA that some GMs believe that the Warriors acquired a first-round draft pick in the Andrew Wiggins trade for one reason: to possibly acquire Giannis Antetokounmpo. Despite underperforming to expectations as a number 1 overall pick, Andrew Wiggins still has all the potential in the world since he's only 25 years old and entering his prime. He's had a decent career thus far, averaging 19.7 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and a steal per game throughout his first 6 seasons. But he was supposed to be more. Wiggins was receiving LeBron comparisons in high school and while he played at Kansas. It's a burden he didn't ask for. Golden State is hoping that a change of scene is what Wiggins needs to reach his potential. He's an athletic wing player who can create his own shot. If the Warriors are able to bring in Wiggins and plug him into an efficient and effective role in their roster, then he can be a vital piece of their team. And so far, I like what I've seen from Wiggins. In 5 games with the Dubs, he's currently averaging 19.8 points, 4.2 rebounds, 3.2 assists, 1.8 steals, 1.8 blocks, while shooting 50% from the field. Really good numbers if you ask me. Despite his max contract, Golden State is not asking Andrew Wiggins to be the guy. He was asked of that in Minnesota and struggled to live up to the part. Instead, he is only being asked to be a role player in the Bay. If Wiggins can fit in with the Warriors roster and culture, then he could be a legitimate contributor to the success of Golden State for years to come. Wiggins' massive contract would be really useful in a trade with the Bucks after Giannis inks a supermax extension, should he choose to do so. Along with the T-Wolves 2021 first-round pick, the Warriors also will have a highly drafted lottery selection of their own, courtesy of how badly they performed this year. That T-Wolves pick is top 3 protected and would be unprotected in the 2022 double draft wherein high school players will finally be allowed in the NBA. All in all, the Warriors have what amounts to 6 draft picks over the next 3 years. The Bucks will be receiving a lot of assets from the Warriors, so if ever they trade their superstar, the Warriors will be one of the first teams they'll contact. And lastly, the Milwaukee Bucks need to fail bad in the playoffs in order for Giannis to even consider leaving his team. Above all else, the Golden State Warriors need to show that they can offer a better chance to win than any other team. For this to happen, the Milwaukee Bucks need to fail with their title conquest this year or get bounced early in the playoffs. Nothing forces a star player out of a team more than an early playoff exit or performing below expectations. The Bucks actually have already experienced this once when they dropped 4 straight games to the Toronto Raptors last season, despite finishing with the best regular season record in the league. The Bucks need to make sure that this year will be different. Once again, Giannis is running away with the MVP award, averaging 30.9 points, 13.7 rebounds, 5.8 assists, 1.1 steals, and 1.1 blocks a night. He would gladly trade that award away if it means his team would win the championship. If the Bucks are upset again in the playoffs, disappointment and doubts will begin to build up. One more failure next season will be all it takes to make Giannis demand a trade. The pressure is on Milwaukee to surround Giannis with enough talent to bring home a championship. Golden State's only real chance in getting the reigning league MVP is through the waiting game. While the Warriors have the pieces to make a deal work, there will be a number of factors standing in their way. Ultimately, Antetokounmpo could choose to stay with the Bucks and sign a supermax extension in the summer of 2021. If he does entertain the possibility of leaving, powerhouse teams like the Los Angeles Lakers and Miami Heat have also reportedly shown serious interest. The Warriors will have to pull off another Durant-like miracle in order to convince the Greek Freak to become the new franchise cornerstone in the Bay Area. What do you guys think is the possibility of the Warriors getting Giannis Antetokounmpo? Let me know in the comment section below and I'll check every single one of them out. Don't forget to drop a like if you guys love Giannis or the Golden State Warriors. Consider subscribing and click on the notification bell icon so that you would be the first one to know whenever I upload a new video. Again, this is Specific Hoops. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.